Hi everyone, my name is Amir Abbas and today I am here to talk to you people about how to import data to RStudio from Excel files. We will talk about importing data from files having XLS extension as well as files having XLSX extension. It is important that before deciding to import a file to RStudio, you check about the extension of your Excel file. For this, we can go to the file properties and identify the correct file extension. For example, I have a number of Excel files, and if I select this file and click on right click and then go to the properties, and I can see this is an XLS extension of this file is XLS, and this information will be important for me. Now, there are many ways to import Excel files to RStudio. In addition to this, there are different complications around the process of importing Excel files to RStudio. In this demonstration, I'm going to talk only about the simplest way of doing so, ignoring all potential complications. We will talk about the complicated aspects in the future videos on this topic. The first step is to install the package which is named as Read Excel. So I'm going to do that right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write install packages, and then I'm going to write the name of the package, which is Read Excel, and our studio is asking me for permission to install this package, as I have given the permission. It is installing, the package is getting installed, and now since the package is installed, now I'm going to load the package with the help of this function. So I'm going to select this code which says library, and inside the bracket it says Read Excel. I'm going to run this code, and now the package is loaded. Now I'm going to use this package. The next step is to know what is our current working directory. Right now I'm not going to talk in detail about what is the current working directory, but to give you a short description, current working directory is the place from where our Studio can read files directly, meaning that if you copy the files to this location, you are not required to give the path while importing the files to RStudio. So know what is the current working directory currently. I'm going to use this code which is saying get getwd and bracket open bracket close, and this is my current working directory. Now I can copy all my files to this place, and from there I can read my files directly. In order to import the data from Excel file, which is in there are many files which are present in my current working directory, I'm going to use the function name read_excel and specify the name of the file along with its correct extension inside the commas. So this is how the code is going to work. This function is from the package which I just installed and loaded. So the name of the package is Read Excel, and the name of the function is read_excel. And what this code is saying, that there is a file which is known as qtl_sample_data.xls. So this particular function is going to take this file from my current working directory and save it to a data set which is named as data1. This particular sign, which is known as less than and dash, the combination of these two is just equivalent to equal. Right? It is saying that data1 is equal to this. So in other words, what is happening is that this function, which is read_excel, is taking this particular file and saving it to data1. Now if I want to see the structure of what is inside data1, I can use this function which is known as str data1. So if I run this function, let's see what happens. So I'm getting the names of different variables along with the description of each variable. Now we will not be going into the details about different types of variables in R. We will leave that for future videos. Currently, what I want to introduce that this is a function with the help of which, the str function with the help of which you can just see the overall structure of your data. And it's saying that this particular data is a data frame, which again, what is a data frame? We'll talk about that later. and it has 135 observations, which means that there are 135 rows in it, and there are 13 variables, which means that there are 13 columns in it, and these are the names of the columns and some of the description of the columns and so on. One important thing is that some of the people are used to seeing the data in the form of a spreadsheet. So if I want to see this data in the form of a spreadsheet, I can use this function, which is view with a capital V, and inside this function I can specify the name of the function. When I run this function, the same data set opens in the form of a spreadsheet with the names of the rows specified, with the columns specified. I can walk through the column by scrolling down and scrolling up, and I can see the data. I'll come back to my code. Now, as we said, that we are also going to talk about the other extension, which is XLSX extension. The same process is going to be used, except we have to specify the correct extension type. Here we have this file, which is named as the file underscore example underscore XLSX underscore 10, and it is having the extension of XLSX, and this file is saved in the current working directory. And the read underscore XL function is taking it from my current working directory and saving it to the file which is known as data2. And if I run the str function on data2, it's going to tell me the names of the different variables, the type of different variables, the type of the data, which is data frame, and it's telling me that there are 9 observations and there are 8 variables in this. Okay, now if we go forward, some of the people are not comfortable using codes to import the data. What they are comfortable is that to prompt a video, to prompt a window for them. So this particular code, if I specify file.choose bracket open and bracket close inside read underscore XL function, what is it going to do? It is going to prompt the user for a window. So if I run this code, what is happening? That Windows is popped up, and it gives me I can specify the path as I'm browsing. So I just specify the path. Let's assume this is my YouTube channel, and with this our sessions, and with this our session 2, and within this I can just select this particular data. And so now what happened when I ran the function read underscore XL by specifying file.choose with bracket open bracket close inside read underscore XL function, and assign that to data3, and a window popped up, and I chose the file from the window, and the file got saved to data3, and now I can see the data. Here is my data. So this is another way with the help of which you can import data from Excel files. So moving forward, another important aspect of Excel is that Excel has different sheets, and we want to be clear about what is an Excel sheet. Not what is an Excel sheet. We need to be clear about which Excel sheet are we going to import. So if we do not specify an Excel sheet, like in this particular code, we didn't talk about any Excel sheet. So if I run this code, and then what it is doing is specify. It's just taking the data from the sheet number 1. So it's just, if I run the str function, it's going to show me the data which is there on the sheet number 1. So, but if I want to import a data which is on another sheet, I need to, in addition to the name of the file, inside the read underscore XL function, I need to specify the number of the sheet as well. So what this code is saying that take this file from my current working directory and take the sheet number 2 of this file and save it to data 5. The data set data 5, run this code, and now you can see the name of the file is the same as the previous code. Okay, so the name of the file here is the same, but the sheet is different. So what is happening now? If I run this str function, is that the name of the variables are different, because now I'm importing the data from the sheet number 2 of the same file. So there are some situations in which the sheet are named, which means that the sheet are not numbered. They have particular names. So I've just created another file just for demonstration, which I've called as qtl underscore sample underscore data 2.xls, and I've named the first sheet as I've given it the name. The sheet is named as data. So what this particular code is saying that read this file from the current working directory inside my computer and read the sheet which is named as data and save it to data 6. So when I run this code, it imports the data from the sheet named data and saves into data 6 and then reads it for me. And these are the names of the different variables which are saved in the sheet named data. So this is all for now. This is a very long topic. We'll be talking about it in detail subsequently as well. There are a number of complications related to importing data from Excel, but this, what I told you, is the very basic and very simplistic explanation of importing data from Excel. If you like this video, please, if you saw this video, please give me your feedback, because that will help us improve our future videos. If you like this video, please share it with your colleagues, because that's our objective, to make an impact. Please subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much for giving me your time. Bye.